This is the cheap adventure to Sousse in Tunisia. So we get started with a not very good start to the adventure as I fly into Infidha Airport, located in the middle of nowhere. It is a tourist trap, a scam, as there's no public transport to the airport. You are forced to take overpriced tourist taxi. But I'll get onto that in a minute. Let's start off by taking a quick look around this airport.
Oh, is that it? That's annoying. It's a bit crap lift. Look at that.
So then, getting from Infidha Airport into Sousse. It's 20 miles to get into the city, but there's no public transport. You are forced to take overpriced tourist taxis. And what's most ridiculous about this is the flight was an EasyJet flight, taking people to the EasyJet hotel. The EasyJet hotel is located directly outside of a different airport. The EasyJet hotel is located at Monastir Airport, which actually has public transport. So, if the plane had landed into Monastir Airport, people could have literally walked 300 metres from the airport to their hotel. But hey, that's too convenient, isn't it? So instead, I go into a completely shit airport in the middle of nowhere, forcing everyone onto the taxis. So, is there any possible way I could avoid this overpriced taxi? Well, on the way from Sousse to the airport, yes, because I could simply take the microbus and then I could instruct the bus driver to let me out when I get to the motorway junction for the airport. Then I'd have to walk the last 2 miles along the road into the airport itself. That's not a problem. The problem is the other way round, getting from the airport into the city. Because I can't simply walk to the motorway and flag down a microbus, because the microbuses don't leave their starting point until every seat is taken. So all the microbuses that drive past the motorway would be full. They wouldn't stop for me. The only way you could get into the city cheaply with public transport is if you knew the phone number for a microbus driver, because you could then phone him up and ask him to depart his bus with one seat free for you to take. But that is something you'd have to have very local knowledge to know. So without that knowledge, you can't flag down a microbus. So I had to take the overpriced taxi. Looking back, I could have taken it to a slightly nearer city, then got a microbus from that city into Sousse, but I'd only save a couple of pounds to be honest. So I ended up having to take the stupid taxi from Infidha Airport into Sousse. Anyway, rant over, here I am in Sousse. Let's take a look around.
Oh, now it works. This capacitive button's not work well. Okay, it does work, just the capacitive's gone a bit weird.
And let's take a look at a resort hotel in Sousse. And to be completely honest, these resort hotels in Tunisia were nowhere near as good as the Canary Islands in Spain. Because in Spain, a lot of the resorts are themed. Meanwhile in Tunisia, it feels more like they put in the absolute bare minimum to make a resort, just to make money. And they feel very tacky, and the whole tourist culture is about extorting people for the most amount of money possible.
So, 5-star in Tunisia is about the same as 3-star in Spain. Shows you the difference. You just know none of the pools are going to be heated because, well, heating swimming pools is expensive. Yeah, that is like 15 degrees. So I'm doing this in winter time, but in Spain a few of the pools are actually heated, but sadly not here. doesn't work. That's in better days. Look at that. So, price of food time. Bottled water, 15p. Peanuts, that pack there was about 60p. Cold chicken nuggets, 20 chicken nuggets, they're a bit cold. That's £2.70. Cheese is just over 50p, about 55p, and this one is 50p. That's 40p. And that here, little tomatoes, is 5p for little tomatoes. And here comes a very noisy horse. There's more than 20 in there, giving me loads. Still came about £2.70, £2.80. It's a good price. Apart from the fact they're cold, they're meant to be on a hot plate. I don't know, they're good enough though.
So then, now I go along to Sousse Suburban Station. I have no idea why it is a separate Suburban Station to the Intercity Station. They're located half a mile apart, which just seems inconvenient for people that want to change between Suburban and Intercity trains. There's a Suburban train every 75 minutes, which is a very bad service, and this railway really looked like it was built with great intentions to have very regular trains, but over the years the line has deteriorated and the service has got very bad. So then, now I go along to Les Hotels Monastir. This is a tourist area full of hotel resorts. This is actually located right next to Monastir Airport. So why didn't my plane land into this airport instead? Anyway, let's now take a look around these resorts.
What the actual fuck? This cheap piece of shit. And generally doesn't work anymore. Pressing it matters. Okay. Generally doesn't work. So fan off, even though it's actually on. Fan flashy. This doesn't give the impression it's something that someone has put time and effort into making something nice. It more feels like putting the things needed just to make the money. It like it's missing the character that the resorts in the Canary Islands have. A bridge into water doesn't make much sense. Second hand from Paris there, Iris bus. All the way from Paris to Tunisia. As Paris has probably got new electric buses, so Tunisia gets the old diesel ones.
And now to the next resort.
Bridge. Okay, this one's got a bit better. This is closer to Tenerife standard. This one looks. That can't be the same Snyder Electric. The logo's all wrong. They won't be allowed to call it out, would they? Trademark infringement.
So then, let's now take a look at Monastir Airport.
Now, it's an airport station, you can't get to the said airport because there's a fence in the way. Who designed this? Seriously, who designed that? How can you have an airport train station and you can't fucking get to the airport? It's a station.
This airport is quite small, there's not that much to it, but one thing that was weird is one of the shop units is branded as TKE, ThyssenKrupp Elevator. What the fuck is going on here? Is it a ThyssenKrupp shop? Can I buy a lift button here? Or maybe some ThyssenKrupp merchandise? Well, no, this is just a place that the lift engineers use as like a store area for their maintaining the lifts. But the lifts are not ThyssenKrupps. They are some Avonas.
Savona, one of these Omega brand ones. Fucking hell, was it a TV shop? What the fuck's that for? There's a Vonery thing. Fucking slow. Well, the airport's pretty boring, but it's literally next door to the hotels. So why not have EasyJet fly to the airport right next to the hotels which they're doing on EasyJet holidays? Back through the hole in the fence I go, because there's no other way to get to the airport train station apart from a very long walk around. This train station seems pretty okay really for a little suburban line, yet there's a train every hour and a quarter. Trains every 75 minutes. Like, why? Why would they do that? Why not have it every 15 minutes? Like, that's just not good enough. The train, it looks good, it looks like pretty well maintained, it looks pretty good, the tracks look in good condition. But nope, they have to have a train every 75 minutes, making the service...
So then, I now get on the Suburban train. And go along to the next tourist area, which is Zone Touristic. So, with a name like that, you can tell this area was built just for tourist hotel resorts. But all of the hotels here were closed. Some were abandoned while others were closed for winter, as the tourist season is not all year round in Tunisia.
Okay, well, I've got a station called Zone Touristic, but all the hotels are shut. I know I'm doing it off season, so I can't really say anything about it. I mean, it looks nice like that, but when you see it under construction, you realise, like, it's not that thick of concrete. When you got all those air bricks through how to think. I mean, England's also bad for having fake bricks everywhere. The concrete's just so thin and rough, and if it's a smooth finish on top makes it look nice. Here's the air bricks, you can see they look like that. Well, they break so easily, but they're not structurally supportive, so it doesn't matter. You have to keep it as light as possible to not put weight on the concrete. But it's like a finished thing looks nice, but it's not so nice when, like, you know how it's built. Real palm tree, fake palm tree. Look at that, it's mobile mast. So as we know, all palm trees need a control room to control it, because you can't just have a tree on its own. How does it work with no control cabinet to run the tree? And of course, all palm trees have to have a door on it with a padlock on it, because hey, you don't want anyone getting into your palm tree. Like, look at this palm tree over here. There is no door on it. Can't be a very good one, can it? Everything's shut here. Oh well, never mind. Came to the wrong place. Let's go and try and get somewhere else.
So, as there was nothing to do here, I now get on a train and go to the next location, which is the city of Monastir.
So there is a Medina here, but I don't think it's a proper one. It's old, but well, we'll find out in a minute. It's okay, but it's not really alleyways. It's sort of a bit more ordinary looking. How much is it for a ride, horse? That does not look so good condition. That's a bit broken.
And along to the Delphin Ribat Hotel.
stickers on. It smells bad, live like diesel. Don't know why, it doesn't go to a car park. Why is that dropped? It's really bad, it's just dropped. Everything's falling apart. So here's the swimming pool. This one's a bit more relaxed than the other hotels. I was like watched the whole time because I was the only person here. This one doesn't feel like I'm just watched as much as it's nice because it gives a bad atmosphere. Imagine if I'd actually paid to go in a hotel and the whole time being watched. I just don't like it. This is quite nice. There's no, it's not going to be heated. No point in testing. Yeah, that's like 15 degrees. That looks kind of fun. And then there's your beach.
And this is the beach area, where it's very windy during the winter, and they've got this little causeway thing.
Windy!
So I now get on the train back along into Sousse.
Shall we play Count the Smashed Windows? Well, 1, 2... This is laughable. 3, there's another one. Oh, the next one's been smashed. They haven't replaced the glass. Instead, they've just blanked it over. Because why bother replacing it? It just gets smashed again. There's another one also blanked over. Then another smashed window there. And then another one. Fucking hell. How many of them? Actually, there's more windows not intact than there is intact. Look at that. It's ridiculous. So many of them are smashed.
And now I go to the Movenpick Hotel. This is a very expensive brand of hotel. This hotel was a lot nicer than all of the other ones I saw, and it was more like the sort of hotel you'd expect to find in Spain. And in the trees in this hotel was a swarm of little birds making loads of noise. And let's finish this video off by taking a look around the Medina of Sousse, which is the alleyway city.
Okay, 27p for one orange.